Hola a todos, ¿cómo están el día de hoy? Today, Thursday, is our second lesson of Introduction to Spanish. I'm so happy to be with you today again. And today we're gonna learn first of how to introduce yourself. We're gonna learn different ways of how to introduce yourself in Spanish. Then we're gonna work on the months of the year and the days of the week. By the end of the lesson, we're actually gonna learn the personal pronouns. Now, this is really important, and this is my personal opinion. The personal pronouns are the skeleton of the language because it's gonna allow you to understand, and from them you can actually, it's gonna help you to be able later on to conjugate the verbs and so on. Okay, so if you really, if you never heard about this, or you already heard but it wasn't clear, stay until the end of this video, of this class, and you will learn today the personal pronouns. So, are you ready? Let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna learn how to introduce ourselves. Before usually we say my name is, we're gonna use these phrases, either of these phrases, okay? We can say mucho gusto, encantada o encantado de conocerte, un placer conocerte. You can also say in a more casual, informal way, hola, ¿qué tal? O hola, ¿cómo estás? Or hola, mucho gusto. I don't say that this is unpolite, it's just more casual, more informal, okay? So we can use these phrases and then we can say our name, but let's put it all together. So I can say, hola, mucho gusto, me llamo María. Or, un placer conocerte, me llamo María. Me llamo is like my name is, okay? So, me llamo María is my name is. You can choose either of these phrases, depending on which one you feel more comfortable, easier, or also depending on the context, okay? And then you say, me llamo Juan, me llamo José, me llamo John, me llamo Rubí, okay? You can just choose. You can just choose any of these phrases and then your name, okay? This is the most standard way to introduce yourself everywhere, okay? Now we're gonna move to the days of the week and the month of the year. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the days of the week. So if you are alone at home, or I don't know, at your office, or you don't mind, even if there's people around, you can repeat after me. Okay? So we started. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Los días de la semana. Now we're gonna move to the months of the year. Los meses del año. Okay? Again, you can repeat after me. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre o septiembre. Octubre, noviembre, diciembre, my favorite month. Now, just to clarify one thing, why do I mention about septiembre and septiembre? Septiembre is the most popular way to refer to September, is in most countries. However, in some countries as well, they use septiembre, okay? And it's still valid, it's still correct, okay? For like the La Real Academia Española, okay? For like REA, is valid both ways. It's not that one is incorrect and the other is correct. They both valid. But of course, septiembre is more popular everywhere. I just want you to know, then if you hear somebody say like septiembre, and it's like, oh, what's that? It's still September and it's still correct. Okay? So, los meses del año. Now we're gonna move to pronombres personales. Okay, and now we got to the last part of this lesson. Although it's the last part of this lesson, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's the most important one because we're going to talk about personal pronouns, los pronombres personales. We're going to start it with its singular form. Okay? So just try to put all your attention on this topic because it's really important and will help you to later understand a lot of things, on the next topics. So we're going to start with yo, tú, usted, él o ella. That's the singular. Now, let's go to the plural. Nosotros, vosotros o vosotras, ustedes, ellos o ellas. These are the personal pronouns, los pronombres personales. And like I did mention it at the beginning of the lesson, these are the skeleton of the language because it will allow you later on to be able to conjugate the verbs in different tenses. Okay, so you only homework for our next lesson is actually next week on Tuesday. All this week, try to review on this. The personal pronouns is really important. Okay, now we're gonna go through some of them. First, these are the personal pronouns. Yo, tú is you in a normal standard way. Usted is you as well, but in a polite way. When I mean in a polite way, when you talk to somebody who is older than you, to somebody who's maybe your boss, I don't know, maybe the first time that you're going into the meet, I don't know, your parents-in-law, or maybe a police, a judge, hierarchy, I don't know. It's just the polite way to say you, okay? In Spanish, in the singular form, we have tú and usted, okay? Now, él y ella. Él, ella. Like he and she, okay? So this is the singular. Let's move to the plural. The plural. Nosotros, when you include yourself, okay? Like we, nosotros. Or in the case if it's just girls, you can say nosotras. Now, one thing, just to mention it for you not to get confused. Nosotros, it can be nosotros and nosotras, depending if it's like a group of guys, of men, you can say nosotros, okay? Or group of girls, we can say nosotras. But if it's a group of people, like I'm with my friends, all of them, they are girls, and then one man came to the group, for the grammar, we have to change automatically to the male form. I will have to say nosotros. So even if it's 10 or 1,000 girls and it came one man to the group, and grammatically, we have to change it to the male form and to say nosotros. Okay, I just mentioned it for you not to get confused when you're gonna hear that sometimes people use nosotros and it's also girls in the group. Okay, so like I say, nosotros is we. Okay, now we're gonna go to I'm gonna go back to vosotros and vosotras and ustedes, but now I'm going to go to ellos y ellas. Ellos y ellas is they. Ellos is like a group of men, of male, and ellas a group of female, a group of girls, a group of women. Okay, and it's the same rule of we. Okay, if it's a group of girls, it's ellas. If it's a group of guys, it's ellos. But if it's a group of a lot of girls and just one guy came to the group, you're gonna have to change it again grammatically to ellos. I mean, don't tell me I'm not sexist or anything, it's just grammar. Okay, I'm just letting you know so you're not gonna get surprised when you hear that in the future. Okay? Or when you go to Spain or Latin America, it's like, by now, most of them, they are girls. Why you say ellos? Because you just need one man in the group, and grammatically, it will change to the male form. Okay? It's grammar. But now, let's move away from all these other ways, and let's focus on one of the most important ones, I believe, from my point of view, because now I'm in Europe, We are based in the United Kingdom, as many of you know. So many of the people who I teach or who come to the channel or to the page are people who actually go to Spain. So let me clarify one thing. Although we teach in both, we're teaching international, we're teaching ustedes, vosotros, we're teaching international for everybody who wants to learn and speak Spanish, regardless accent, nationality, region, we're teaching the language. But I will explain this, okay? Vosotros and vosotras is used basically only in Spain. In Spain is used as a you plural in informal situations, okay? En ustedes, as similar of the singular way, it will use as you plural in a polite situation. So basically like tú and usted, just in a plural form, okay? But like I mentioned it, this is only used in Spain. And like Spanish from Spain, you know, they do use vosotros most of the time, to be honest, and in a very polite situation, they will use ustedes. However, as I mentioned it before in other videos, but if you never see of the videos, forget about it, just concentrate on what I say now. And the rest of the Spanish-speaking countries, okay, Central, South America, you know, all these areas that speak Spanish in the US, vosotros and vosotras does not exist, okay? Not because people is polite or unpolite, it's just does not exist, the vosotros and vosotras way. The only way to express you, plural, is ustedes. That's it. So, in the rest of the Spanish-speaking countries, the way to express you is going to be tú, usted, and ustedes. And in Spain, yes, in Spain, it's going to be the four ways. It's going to be tú, usted, vosotros and vosotras, and ustedes. Okay? I just inform you. Okay? Many people want to learn everything. I always recommend to everyone to learn everything. Many people who actually, and especially on the other side of the world, you know, on Latin America, or on United States, they just don't never learn vosotros because nobody uses it on the side of the world. You know, vosotros. Nobody uses it in United States, nobody uses it in Mexico, and Central America, and Costa Rica, and Peru, and Argentina. Nobody uses it anywhere, vosotros. So they decided not to study, not to even learn the vosotros way. However, I do believe it's my shoot to teach you everything and to let you know about this. Okay, that choice is yours. If you want to learn both ways, I will teach you anyway here both ways. Okay, so this is regarding the personal pronouns, los pronombres personales. If it was the first time, like I mentioned, that you see this and you go up and like, oh my God, what is this? I will mention it and I will go back to this topic during these 12 lessons. But today, I just wanted to introduce you to them. So now you know what are the personal pronouns and you know about these little differences. Okay? I hope that the class today was good for you. I hope then you learned, then you also, you know, it was good, it was entertaining. I hope then it's good for you, then you start to feel like more connected to the language. Okay? It will get better. I mean, it's the first program that we make it, although we were making videos before. It's the first program that we're actually doing as a full course. So it will get better. And I will see you next week on Tuesday. Ciao, ciao.